Okay, guys. I'm just here hanging out with you today. We're still not going to be doing any like desktop pictures because I've still got another week of like this mess fighting bed bugs. So there's no D&D content right now, and there's really no like hard discussion topics with Linux. But there's some things I have been planning and debating. It's just that a phone is a terrible thing to be like really taking extensive notes on. I actually really hate typing on a phone. So I busted out the laptop and I've been playing around with that again. I'm not a big fan of actually daily driving my laptop, to be honest with you. Like that is just like a thing that I have when I need a computer, and I'm not capable of using my desktop because that's what I personally prefer to use. So my laptop, the System 76 Lemur Pro, I'm going to be doing the good old fashioned 2 year review on it because it is a fantastic machine, yes, but there are some things that I want to discuss, and not all of them have to do with Pop OS. It's the hardware itself. So System 76, I guess you might want to pay attention to that one. Not that I assume that any of you actually watch my content, but I've been delving into emacs a lot harder than Matt over at the Linux Cast has, and I'm making him look bad with it. Because I'm using GNU Emacs, and I'm absolutely refusing to use Doom Emacs because I hate myself, which is the standard theme of everything I do when it comes to Linux, is that I secretly hate myself, which is why I'm known as the Gen 2 guy. But yeah, so what do I want to talk to you guys about? I want to talk about like my general Linux experiences. I have never been a programmer, a developer, a systems administrator, or anybody actually relating to IT because my background is actually largely manufacturing. I've worked in factories. I've been the maintenance technician in factories. I've been a setup technician in other factories. And currently, I sit on my butt all day waiting for trucks to show up and I check their paperwork. That's literally my job. It's really boring, and I get paid a lot of money to sit on my butt, which I guess gives me plenty of time to think of content for you guys. But it's actually and then I know a lot about Linux because I've used a lot of Linux, and I've delved into areas of Linux that most people will never do. Whereas I'm the guy that goes into the systemd source code, and I've made changes to it for my own curiosity's sake, and seeing what we can break when we compile systemd and use our systemd fork as a new component of systemd. Interesting, right? Nobody ever talks about forking systemd, but yet I'm the one guy that did it. And it's worse than systemd, so don't even bother. I'm not even going to bother publishing the source code because it was really just me experimenting, and my experiments have failed miserably at making systemd better. Not that systemd is really that bad. I mean, there's some cases where systemd does have problems. There's some cases where systemd is actually the best thing on earth, and that is honestly why that is my preferred init system, to be honest with you. But I guess I can have a debate with that. Plenty of others have. My opinion is the same opinion as the guy that did the YouTube video of the tragedy of systemd, whereas it was something that was needed at the time, came out, and fixes the one issue that everybody had with init services on Linux, and yet nobody else has actually fixed besides systemd. Yep, I'm serious about that. But anyways, I am still running Fedora. I already quit GNOME and I installed window managers because I just feel like hating myself again. We tried daily driving Xmonad for about 36 hours and already quit that because Xmonad is not something that you install and set up right out of the box. From what I've gathered, it's that window manager that you install and you always have installed but you don't daily use. Instead, you just have that config file just sitting there in your .files repo, and you just slowly add to it as time goes by, And then finally, you get like the best window manager on earth, because that's how long it takes you to get Xmonad set up from my experience. I can actually get DWM set up a lot faster than most other window managers, because the default key bindings make sense to me, and the layout makes sense to me for a dynamic window manager. I tried i3 again. I still don't like i3. I just don't like the tiling logic, because why do you have dynamic tiling side to side but not top and bottom, where you have to manually declare? My workflow is not quite compatible with like Herbs Left WM or Rat Poison. Yes, Root BSD. I tried Rat Poison. I seriously did, and it gave me problems. More of my mental brain problems. I don't understand how it's the best window manager, but that might be because of my lack of experience with it. Hopefully, me using emacs a lot more will actually turn me more towards Rat Poison. But at that point, I might be more likely to use EXWM than Rat Poison itself. Although Rat Poison is a separate process from EXWM, which could be of benefit. So that way, when I crash emacs like I inevitably crash everything in my life, I'm not at least crashing my window manager at the same time. Hopefully. That said, DWM, I've never got to crash. Because it's always failed to compile, yes. But has it crashed? No. That might have something to do with the testament of that I used a fairly stock DWM with only like 2 patches. Although, I think that my current DWM build in my GitLab repository has like 7 or 8 patches. It's like the most patched DWM I've ever published, or have taken time to make. Still not sure on that. Either way, if you don't use Dvorak, don't use my DWM build, because you will not be able to understand the key bindings at all, and you'll be like, how the fuck does this guy use it? Because I don't use a traditional keyboard layout. That's why. Anyways, guys, I'm recording this on my phone, and I'm not about to do video editing on a laptop, and I'm definitely not about to do it on the phone, because either one of those is going to be a terrible experience for me. See you guys. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.